I'm Jason Whitehead. I'm a chef who is always on the lookout for an alternative to the normal and unhealthy run-of-the-mill meals and products. Join me in finding the alternative.
Today we are going to make homemade Marmite. The base of that is going to be dried olives, and the only place I can possibly think to get that from is Kluvenberg out in Riebeek West. Not only do they make the best olive oil, they do a whole range of olives and olive jams, olive pastes, you name it, they've got it. So, let's go. Hey Yolandi.
Hi Jason.
So nice to see you.
You too. Welcome to the
It's
farm.
really nice to see you. Let's go and have a look what we've got.
Let's go inside.
Cool. Right. That's really good. That's amazing. So we'll definitely take some of that and take some of the olive caviar.
And so the wine we're tasting today is we call it the Kluvenberg 8 feet, and the 8 feet is basically named after the 4 sons of the family. Today we have 4 cultivars in this wine, which we name is Shiraz, Grenache, and Carignan and Mourvedre. So yeah.
That's really nice.
So it's quite a full-bodied wine. There's a lot of spice and red fruit in it.
This is really, really good. I'm going to take one of those, and some of the caviar.
Perfect.
Pleasure. Thank you. And I'm back. How beautiful was that farm? And I'm so stoked with all the stuff that we've got. So this is oregano, basil, and black pepper olive oil. And I see they threw in the extra virgin olive oil. I'm not complaining. The 8 feet Kluvenberg, I think is going to be perfect for what I'm going to make for you today. And olive caviar. I mean, it's caviar, it must be good, right? So we're going to start off with the basic Marmite recipe first. And then, once that's done, I'm going to make a dish of a chicken roulade, which is going to have Marmite on the inside, with a bit of creamy camembert, and wrapped in bacon, and served with a cauliflower puree. We're going to use a bit of the red wine, and obviously this divine olive caviar, and some homemade organic beef stock. Now you can use a vegetable stock if you prefer and you don't want a beef stock. I'm just using beef stock because it's a lot more meaty, and personally I'm a Bovril fan more than a Marmite fan. So the difference between Bovril and Marmite is more of a bruised yeast recipe, whereas Bovril is done with an extraction of meat juices. Okay, we're going to put about that much, half a cup, and put that on high. So what we want to do is get that to reduce until it's almost syrupy. While that's reducing, I'm going to get my cauliflower on the go. You're going to boil that in some salted water for about 8 minutes until it's nice and soft. You're going to drain it and let the steam come off a little bit, and then we're going to blend it with lots and lots of butter, because everything is better with butter. Now it's starting to look a little bit syrupy. And the smell, I mean, the reason why you reduce things is to intensify the flavors. So now we're going to add our olive caviar. About 60 grams, which I'm going to say is about 2 spoonfuls. Then we're going to top that with about 500 mils of beef stock. As I said earlier, you can use veggie stock, chicken stock, whatever tickles your fancy. But that's going to need about 15-20 minutes. It doesn't need to get too thick because we're going to add what's called arrowroot powder. You're welcome to use cornstarch. I use arrowroot because it's completely natural and it's gluten-free. And that's going to make it nice and thick and spreadable if you want to put it on toast. So we're going to give that about 20 minutes. And while that happens, we're going to start rolling out the chicken.
Make sure you have all the ingredients at the ready. You start off by tenderizing your chicken breasts. Use cling wrap and give it a good whack till the chicken is nice and flat. Now grab another piece of cling wrap and spread out the bacon.
Just make sure you leave enough.
Take out the tenderized chicken and pop it onto the bacon.
Like that. And now for our delicious Marmite. So that's reduced. It still looks kind of watery, but just remember that the dried out olives have now absorbed quite a lot of the liquid, and we're going to thicken it up with a little bit of organic root powder. So this general rule of thumb is 1 teaspoon to a cup of liquid. And there's just under a cup there, and the olives that have been rehydrated will also thicken it slightly. So we're going to use about 1/2 teaspoon, and you use this exactly the same way as you would cornstarch, mix it with a little bit of water. And once it is completely lump-free, grab another spoon and pour it in. Make sure that the liquid you're pouring it into is still simmering. Now with all my recipes, I always tell people, play with your food. So taste it and see what you think it needs. It's going to be quite salty now. But you start tasting the Marmite flavor already. So to that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of black molasses, which is incredibly good for you, very high in vitamin D, but also quite tart. That will also help to give you the black color that Marmite and Bovril both have. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon or 2 of honey, just to balance out the saltiness. You don't want it too salty. And then the final touch is nutritional yeast flakes. So that's what Marmite is actually made of, or made from, is yeast flakes. I'm just going to do a tablespoon. Spot on. And there you have it, homemade Marmite.
After the blitz, put it through a strainer and get the essence of the Marmite out. Put it into a container and keep in the fridge. For the puree, use 300 grams of butter and add the cauliflower. Give it a good blitz. The Marmite should be cooled down enough to spread over the chicken. Then add a thick slice of camembert cheese and season to taste. Now for the challenging part. Roll the chicken over and tuck it in. Turn the roll-up roulade around and pull it towards you. Tie the ends of the cling wrap up and then use tin foil to make a little basket to place the roulade in the boiling water.
Right, have a look at this bad boy. See, now those handles come in handy so you don't burn yourself. Still hot. Speed up.
Remove the foil and the cling wrap. Make sure your pan is nice and hot. Place the roulade with a bacon seam at the bottom in the pan and sear. Repeat until the entire roulade is golden brown. Cut the roulade in beautiful medallions. Place the medallions on the plate, pipe the cauliflower, garnish with microgreens.
And there you have it. A really simple chicken roulade, homemade Marmite, we would have thought, with camembert cheese and some cauliflower puree. Simple, healthy, anybody can do it. Until next time.